I didn't get a chance to meet. My name is Shelly Andrus. I am the sales VP in the area for Park Lane Jewelry, and we have a lot in store for you this evening. But before we start, I really want to thank a few people, and first of all, I want to thank my team. I absolutely love them. We work together so well, and I could never pull this off without them. So if you are on my team, would you please stand and give them a hand? I love you. Love you all. All right. The other people that I'd really like to thank are our hostesses. Without you, we would have absolutely no business. So if you are a host and you invited your friends tonight, could you please stand?
Stand up.
Please stand. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you too. So this evening we have a special presenter, somebody that I admire very much. She's from St. Louis, Missouri. And I'm so excited that our group is part of her team. She's our company vice president, top recruiter, top salesperson, and she is amazing, and she's very passionate about Park Lane Jewelry. So you're going to be very well entertained tonight by Mary Grace Lewandowski.
Thank you. That was really sweet. So I did one of these earlier today in a smaller crowd, and I feel so bad the people that were there because I'll say some of the same jokes, so now you know where to laugh, okay? But when I was landing this morning, I flew in from St. Louis this morning, and I truly, like, as I was going over the airport and about to land, like, my heart got this little warm feeling, and I was trying to figure it out, and it's because I'm originally from upstate New York, Rochester, New York, and it looked like home. And when I was landing, and then like the people, like there's just something about, you might not even know this, but there's something about you that is just so wonderful to me. It's good senses of humor. Not that the Midwest doesn't have that, but sometimes, they have sticks up their butt. They don't know quite what to make of me in the Midwest, but they're getting used to it. I grow on people. Like a tumor. But I've been in the Midwest for like 20 years, but I started my life in Rochester, New York. My dad worked for Kodak, and we used to move, and then we went back. When I was in high school, I went to college in Allegheny, New York, St. Bonaventure University, and did somebody go there?
I live there.
You live there? Oh, that's so fun. My best friend lived in Olean. We'll talk later. Yeah, but my roommate was a townie. But, I always thought, I was telling Shelly and the girls earlier today, I just knew what my life was going to be. My life was going to be following in my dad's footsteps and being like working for Kodak, working for a corporate job, cradle to grave and all that good stuff. And it didn't work out that way because you know where Kodak is right now, right? When I first graduated from college, and I had been like a Kodak intern and everything, so we were all so sure that I was a shoo-in. But they had a recession, and they only hired one employee that year, and it was the president's daughter. Yeah, so I was SOL. That wasn't going to happen for me. But I always think there's like a bigger plan. And so I became a teacher. It was the only job I could find that year. Little teeny tiny town where I grew up. I taught at Allegheny High School.
Did you?
Yeah, 8th grade English. $10,000 a year, woo! Then I found a job where I was in sales and I was selling steel. And that job took me to St. Louis, which is where I met my husband. And that's why I stayed. And then we were looking for life-work balance like everybody is, and we have 4 kids. So then I went back to teaching because I thought it was a better career to raise a family. But then we really missed the money. And that's when I learned about direct sales. And have you guys ever been to a candle party? Party Light? Okay. I worked for Party Light for 14 years. And within a year, I was able to quit my teaching job and just do that. Worked myself up through the ranks, became one of their top people or whatever. And 5.5 years ago, Park Lane came looking for me. And they said, we need somebody to like get this company going in the Midwest. They've been around 60 years, but they're making this huge resurgence. How many of you have never been to anything Park Lane? Anybody? Oh my gosh, you're never going to be the same. And one of the things that absolutely delighted me, okay, first of all, one of the things I'm still really proud of is that I did it. That at my age, I took on something new. Because I could do what I did before just in my sleep. you know? So first of all, I was very impressed with my own bravery. I was like, but then the other thing is I just felt like I still feel like it keeps me young because we're in the fashion industry. They send like these stylists in to work with us and everything. So some of what I love to share with you is some of the things I've learned along the way. And if I talk about specific pieces of jewelry, if you would just be kind enough to write them down on your wish list, that would mean so much to me because when I go to different areas, I like to go around and see in the different areas what people are loving, and then we can report it back to the company and get more of what you love, okay? So here's something I love to share. Did you ever know that they say ideally about 80 to 85% of your wardrobe budget should be spent on accessories? Had you ever heard that before? And of that 80 to 85%, 100% should be spent with me. No, 80 to 85%. If you do that, it will save you money and it will keep you on trend. And your accessories are not simply your jewelry, but it's also your shoes and your purses and your scarves. And you have to test me on this. In fact, if you've been to Something Park Lane, you will nod in agreement. Whatever you do, you're already nodding, you don't even know what I'm going to say. I love it. So agreeable. Whatever you do in the last 3 minutes before you leave your house every day, seriously, that's what you're going to get compliments on all day. It's your shoes, your purse, and your jewelry. It's the most amazing thing. So when I was deciding whether or not to switch over to Park Lane, I thought, okay, I'm going to put the jewelry on, I'm going to go out in the world and see what happens. Very first step, I walk in, I'm not even like to the counter, and the girl's going, oh my gosh, I love your necklace. So I went from like hardly any jewelry to, quite frankly, a little bit of a hoe. She just choked. I wear it all the time now, you know, because who doesn't like compliments, you know? I was leaving the store the other day, and I'm like, this is serious. I'm like, I am so lucky because everywhere I go, I get compliments every single day. And it's not me, it's the jewelry. And I never had noticed such a thing until I started selling Park Lane. It's so fun. So when I go into different areas like this, really what we're asking you is to be ambassadors for our company. That's how anything grows. Everything grows by people talking about it and spreading the word. And I did this earlier today. I want to see if you say the same thing, but if you had a guess, because I'm going to be really honest with you guys, I am not a very good technology person at all. I have to do a webinar from here tomorrow night, and I handed Shelly some secret piece of equipment she has to use to do it, and that's about as involved as I'm going to get. But I don't know. I'm really dumb at technology. I don't even know how to cut and paste. I'm not kidding. A girl goes, well, you mean on the computer? And I go, well, yeah, I could cut with scissors. I was a second grade teacher. I could do that. So anyway, when I was still in the Midwest, but when I took on this Park Lane thing and I go, okay, our job is to market the jewelry. We're going to be the first ones in the area, and we're going to make a name for ourselves. What percentage out of 100%, if you had a guess, and I am making you guess, out of 100%, what percentage of something catching on in today's world do you think can be attributed to technology? And when I say something catching on, you know how certain baby names are really popular, certain YouTube videos, certain songs, certain urban legends or whatever, you go look it up. What percentage out of 100 do you think in today's world is because of technology?
99.
These are the same guesses as earlier. It's the same guesses all around the country. This is absolutely going to floor you guys. It's 5%. 5%. 95% is word of mouth. Still, in today's world. Which is why I'm really glad the rest of you came, but we really wanted your mouths. So that you could go out in the world and talk about Park Lane. And one of my favorite ways to look at it, they said, seriously, if you were buying, let's say you were in the market for a new vacuum cleaner, and you were all ready to do your due diligence. You were going to read consumer reports and, watch advertisements or whatever. You're going to do all the good stuff. And then your best friend comes in and says, I am in love with my new vacuum cleaner. It's the best thing I've ever done in my whole entire life. After you get done telling her to get a life, you would get that vacuum cleaner rather than to go out and do all that research, right? And that's the same with, so if you go out and talk about Park Lane nicely, that is going to do so many cool things for us. We appreciate it so much. So being an ambassador for our company, one way, obviously, is to wear the jewelry. The other way is to talk about our sale, which you're going to get to experience tonight. If you've been to Park Lane Singers before, you know we have this amazing sale. And what I love is when I started this job, it was right at the height of the recession. Did you guys have that here too? Much to my husband's chagrin, I totally chose not to participate. I'm like, I'm not going to be part of the problem. I'm going to keep spending. It's the only thing that's going to get this country back on its feet. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. But anyway, what I heard, which was so exciting, everybody was so excited to invite their friends to look at Park Lane Jewelry because they felt like they were sharing a really great sale. You know that same feeling like when you go to Kohl's and you get the extra coupons or whatever and you want to call your friends? Like, we like to share great deals with our friends. So the way that it works in Park Lane, you buy any 2 items for regular price and then you get any 4 for half price. And it goes totally against what you know about a sale because normally you have to buy the more expensive to get the others at discount. With us, it's the total opposite. We only want to see you pay full price for your littlest, least expensive items. So like maybe you get 2 pair of $15 earrings, then you could get like your $100 thing for half price. Isn't that fun? I saw a wow. Do I hear another wow? Yay! Stop. So it is really, really fun. It's really, really super fun. So that's another way you can be an ambassador for our company is to obviously just talk about the special pricing because people get so excited to hear about it. So I think you have some people here that have jewelry on that we're going to use like for models. If you're one of those peeps, can you come up here because I want to share some of our fashion tips. Oh, but before I do that, I gotta get some people to make some noise around here, okay? Oh, no, honey, I almost tripped over you. I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Who wants this necklace? Nobody? There you go. Perfect. Okay, I was trying to get you to participate. Are you being a model too? Okay, come on up here. Stand in line with all the girls. All right? Okay, where is, there was someone earlier, I know I said I needed to use Serena, and then there was somebody else that has
The girl in plaid?
yes. Elaine, right? Okay, I'm getting better. Shelly's like, I didn't ask all these people. What are you doing? You're messing everything up, Mary Grace.
I wasn't on Shelley's list, so that's why.
That's okay. Okay, so these are some of the pieces. Yes, I need to use you. These are some of the things that I want to talk about with you, okay? First of all, I have to talk about Beth wearing this cover piece. That's called Thrones. Isn't that a gorgeous piece? Statement necklace. And I want to talk to you about this part of your body. Everybody look at their neighbor. I'm not showing that much of mine. Can you unzip me? No. But this part of our body, our collarbone, our shoulders, this part of us, did you know it's called the décolletage? It looks like a décolleté in French. It's a French word, décolletage. It is considered truly one of our most beautiful body parts. It's one of the last parts to age, meaning like sag. You know, like we might get some age spots and stuff, but because it's kind of bony, it doesn't sag. Like I hope I don't offend you, but I have little boobs, but they're like 32 long. So your décolletage is one of the last things to age, and you're supposed to decorate it. It's considered one of our most beautiful body parts. 8 out of 10 men would say our décolletage is sexier than cleavage. 8 out of 10 men. I'm serious. There was a bartender, a guy, it's the last thing, and he said that he totally agreed. And a statement necklace like Thrones draws attention down from the chin, up from the tummy, to this really, really, really beautiful part of a woman. So that is, and you guys know it's in to wear bling to the grocery store, right? I mean, bling is not just for, so I want you to pay attention. I want you to pay attention. Because that sounded kind of rude. I didn't mean it to come out that way. I would like if you'd pay attention to the different pieces that I'm going to talk about, because we're going to have the crowd vote for their favorite, and you only get to vote for one. So everybody's going to, this cracked me up earlier. You guys know what candy kisses are? Okay. Earlier, they didn't know what it was. They said you have to say Hershey Kisses when you live in Pennsylvania. Who knew? We call them candy kisses. Sue me. Okay, so but you're gonna each get a Hershey's kiss, and then a person with a necklace is gonna go around, and you can put your kiss in the one you're voting for. Okay, so you're gonna be part of this because I might give some away later. What do you think? Would that be fun? All right. So thank you. Pay attention to her. She's got okay. Next person. All right. Now this one, I can't remember the name of it, but we have certain jewelry that is only for hostesses. Only for baubles. Baubles. Only for people that have their own private or personal showings, okay? Or bring others together. You know what? Since we're talking about that, I have to ask you something. Raise your hand. I know all of you are going to. If you ever complimented someone on something that they had on. Okay? Now keep your hand up if you ever went to get it and you couldn't find it. It happens all the time, right? Okay, like isn't the meanest thing when you ask someone where they got it and they say like TJ Maxx, you're like, son of a gun. It's the meanest thing, they're not gonna have it. Or you go to get it and like they don't have your size anymore, or they tell you it's from 2 seasons ago. The really, really fun thing with Park Lane, seriously, and really this is serious stuff, you guys, like you're influencing what happens with this market here. When somebody compliments you on your necklace, and you can say, oh my gosh, I have my own private lady. I'll give her a call. She'll set you up. She'll get you way more than this necklace. You can get this for half price plus other stuff. Do you want me to call her? What suddenly happened is you brought people together, and we're going to give you free jewelry for doing that. And the last time you sent someone into Macy's, did Macy's go, oh, thank you so much, we're going to give you something free? I think not. But that's what Park Lane does. Okay. And one of the perks that we have is we have hostess-only jewelry. And it is really, really ritzy because it's so expensive and so different that they can't afford to make it for the masses. So they only make a certain lot, I guess they call it, a certain amount of pieces. And then hostesses are allowed to buy it for up to 70% off. And we sell to a lot of people of means. And sometimes they're like, I don't really care about the free jewelry, but they very much care about the exclusivity and having something that nobody else has. So this is one of those hostess-only pieces. So that's Bobble, and this is Solera. This is one of our most popular pieces. In Florida, it's a sun. In here, it's a snowflake. Instead of Solera, Snowlera. But that's one of our most popular pieces. Thank you. Yes.
Just have her like turn this way so everybody.
Oh.
Yeah, we're having
Yeah.
fun. Thank you.
Kind of bossy here in Erie. I'm teasing you. Okay. Now poor Serena. I called her up here. Did you know that we named a bracelet after Serena? Yeah. We have a Serena bracelet. If you love it, write it on your wish list. I am enthralled with this bracelet. I love it. It's one of my very favorites. Stretchy, so it fits everyone. Got a little bit of bling on it. Absolutely love it. Did you know that you're always supposed to wear a bracelet with your watch? It's called the companion piece. I hope you're not doing it wrong because your watch gets lonely. As soon as I start doing this, my watch and I have an agreement. Okay, now the reason I pulled her up here is she is wearing a very, very, very popular look. Okay, I just saw this recently. They said skinny jeans, boots, men's inspired shirt like flannel or like a tee and a boyfriend cardigan. Perfect uniform. Put it on and you know all that she's missing?
Bling.
Yeah. I was going to be really nervous about your intelligence if you didn't get that one. Here you go.
Oh,
Don't be negative. Try to be positive. Wait till you see. She's going to look so much cuter than when she got here. Okay, now this is called, oh, sorry, she didn't get it in the face. This is called, is that not adorable? Come on, you gotta admit it's awful cute. That's called Ash Love, and just a little aside, it's really fun because we're a family-owned company, and when the girls get married, they're on the grandchildren now. When the girls get married, they get to design their wedding jewelry, and then they name it after them. So Ashley got married in June, and this is her piece. But also, I wanted to tell you, like with Serena, that this look that I'm showing on her, it's called Sweet Street. And what that means, it's very in, and it's like taking something a little bit maybe edgier and then girling it up with something a little softer. And you'll know what I'm talking about because, Kristen, are you in this lot again? Okay, Kristen, come on up here, hon. Like pearls. Okay, so if you want to write down Ash Love, you can. Oh, you know, you're not a vote. You don't get votes, though.
But I do.
She does. Stand out. This is called stand out. She's going to get votes. Okay. Pearls. Let's talk about pearls. Anybody love pearls? Who's the first person that made pearls popular for everyday use?
Kennedy.
Jackie Kennedy. Very good. June Cleaver was not a real person. She was Beaver's mom, who also wasn't real. Okay. But yeah, she's the first person that, the best person to compare her to is like Princess Kate. You know how she brings fashion to the masses and we love to see what she's wearing? That's how we thought they had thought of Jackie Kennedy in the day. So she was the first person that took pearls into the public like for everyday use, not just for dress up, okay? And pearls never go out of style. They're vintage, they're timeless, they write poetry about pearls. Pearls bring out the luminosity in a girl's skin, okay? The only thing that goes out of style is how you wear them. So what you want to avoid in today's world is like the pearl necklace, the pearl earrings, the pearl bracelet, the whole just pearls. All right, now one of the things I love about Park Lane too, oh, and you guys don't know me this well, but you need to know this. Everything I say is true. You may find yourself doubting me later and you'll be sorry because everything I say is true. So one of the things that I love about Park Lane is they do all the work for us. So I didn't have to know that I shouldn't wear all pearl everything. I just know from looking at a Park Lane necklace that what's really in is to mix pearls with metal. Okay, so this is called standout. So if you have like metal necklaces and you put a pearl with the metal, that's that sweet street look. You go into J. Crew, do you guys have J. Crew? You're gonna see sporty clothes like a military style jacket, and it's gonna have a pearl button, a little bit of lace. That's called Sweet Street. So this is absolutely perfect and adorable. And one of the cutest things that looks, one of the things that looks most cute with is like a khaki green jacket or something like that. So that one's called Standout, and we'll be getting votes on her later too. All right, now you are wearing the tennis bracelet. And the reason we're showcasing this little tennis bracelet today is anybody who places an order today gets to get a free tennis bracelet from her rep. All right, these are, I think they're like $10,000 a piece.
Because
Not everything I say is true. But it's free, so there you go.
Maybe
Thank you
like
for
Kayla,
showing
you want to
that.
go around? You want to show everybody?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Free tennis bracelet for everybody who decides to place an order today. Okay, now you, I want to talk about your arm, okay? You have on one of my favorite bracelets called Blurred Lines. It comes in the gold and it comes in the silver. Try not to think of Miley Cyrus when you say Blurred Lines and Robin. But this is called Blurred Lines, and I'm gonna tell you, I absolutely love wearing a pile of bracelets. It's one of my favorite things to do in the whole world. And seriously, I really believe, I've had tragedy in my life, as we all have. And I made a decision that I wanted every day to be as magical and special as it could be, okay? As soon as I heard the name of this, I was all over it. Do you know what this is called when you put all different bracelets on your arm like this?
Arm candy.
When you do it, it's called a really nice sale for me. No, I'm just kidding. Well, yeah, it would be. But you can get most of them for half price. This is called an arm party. Arm party. So I work from home and I have several parties a day, all different rooms of the house, you know. Some have to leave early, get other new ones on, but this is called an arm party. And this whole part of us, okay, our wrists and our fingers, all of what they refer to as the expressive zone, and seriously, as silly as it sounds, decorate it. Brings people a lot of joy. People are watching, you know, are any teachers in here? Seriously, people are watching your fingers and your arms all the time. And the styles today cry out for arm parties, according to InStyle magazine, because there's a lot of like 3/4 sleeves and just a look that just really screams for an arm party. So arm parties are as fun as can be, okay? Now this one is called Sterling. It's one of our newer pieces, totally on trend, all about the silver. You can wear it this way, which it's almost got like little hieroglyphics, or you can also turn it over and then it's just gonna be a plain silver. And one of the things I want to tell you, I was reading this book called How Not to Look Old. I'm laughing because I stayed up all night reading it and I look like a hag. So far, it isn't working out very well. Yeah. But one whole chapter was dedicated to jewelry and how jewelry can age you. And it's like, a necklace isn't going to make you look older, but this will make sense to you. But the settings on the necklaces will date you. And that's why, you guys probably know this because I always brag in Missouri that, like, you know, the East Coast, you're a little bit further ahead in fashion and stuff. Way more in style right now to have an abundance of fine fashion jewelry than a few pieces of real. Real jewelry, and you guys know because you're savvy, real jewelry is it's not a good investment. And because it's so expensive to have reset, it ages us. So even the very rich and the movie stars and everything have gone to the abundance of fine fashion. And no one will ever accuse you of looking inappropriate when your accessories are on trend. And that had never occurred to me before, but it's like, you know, I can wear the Rockin' Connections necklace, which is really on trend, this chain link, so on trend. Don't you agree? We have the same necklace on. So on trend. I can wear this and it doesn't look dumb on me like a little vinyl mini skirt might, you know? My mom can wear her stretch pants and her orthopedic shoes. She has on Park Lane jewelry. Everyone's telling her how cute she looks, you know, to be right in fashion. Very cute. So that one's called Sterling and she'll be voting. Okay, so you can be an ambassador for our company by wearing our jewelry. You can be an ambassador for our company by talking about the sale. And the other way you can be an ambassador for our company is by inviting people to experience Park Lane. And you're gonna have to tell me, but pretty much everywhere I go, like, are you kind of feeling like sort of done with the in-home show? Like when people go want to have a show in your house, do you feel it? I mean, really, do you? You can be honest with me. Yeah. You guys are rude. No. No, you can totally be honest with me because I think it feels like work, you know, like it's like, and that model might be a little passe, but the idea isn't. And here's the truth. This is something I learned. You guys know this. Jewelry shows pretty in a book, prettier in real life, but prettiest of all, truly on a body. That's part of the artisan's art. That's something that I learned, is when you put that piece on somebody and the way it comes to life. So girls really do need to try on their jewelry. And what's so cool about this is we carry this little bag. So we don't really do shows. We do private appointments, personal showings. We'll take our little bag and we meet people all the time at happy hour, a wine bar, at their desk at work. I'm not kidding, in the teacher's room. I mean, totally important, or around your kitchen table. But if you've ever been trying on jewelry, nobody even wants to eat, you know, because it's like, that's gross, you know. They want to have like a glass of wine or whatever. So it's like having your own private stylist, and then we go over with you all the really neat ideas and what's the latest trends and all that. And people call you the next day saying how much fun they had. So it's like having a personal stylist. So obviously one way is for you to do something like that with us. Okay, now this one is called Angela.
Goddamn right it is. Sorry.
Are you Angela? Angela, thank you for creating this necklace for us. That's when you guys, when you look in the book, you'll go right by it. You won't even hesitate on the page, but on a body, it's been one of my biggest sellers. It's been one of my biggest sellers. Very beautiful piece. Yeah. And you got your arm ready to go with the signature bracelet. This is the most expensive item in our catalog. I'm pretty sure. It's $499. Don't worry, you can get it for half price, and we take credit cards. You don't even have to pay for anything. Okay, so... But this is a good reason, too, to have a showing. But this same exact bracelet is in Neiman Marcus for $4,000. It's Harry Winston inspired. Looks exactly like it. Russian cubic zirconia, same scroll work on the side. I mean, it's pretty awesome. You'll have to take a look at that. And last but not least, I called Gloria earlier because I thought this was a really fun thing to point out. Anybody have on like a little piece of jewelry that's really precious to them? Very, very common. Very, very common that people will wear the same piece of jewelry almost every day. Unless, you know, only when I'm traveling do I take off my wedding ring. No, but it's really, really common to have like an emotional connection to your jewelry. And that's why I asked Elaine. Did I call you Gloria?
I thought maybe you thought it was the jewelry or
Gloria.
something.
Yes, no, Elaine. I don't even know where that came from. Maybe because of your cross. Gloria. Okay. Very common. So your necklace may have religious significance. It may be something that has sentimental value. It may be something that's real. And you wear it almost every day. And the stylists were like, you know what? That is super, super, super common because jewelry has an emotional connection. But here's this piece that really means something to you, and everyone has started to look past it because it's kind of like your uniform. So one of the most joyful things that's happened to me, seriously, because I do get a kick out of this, is people will come back and tell me they're getting more compliments than ever on the piece they wore all the time. And it's just a matter of framing it. If you frame your necklace, it draws additional attention to that piece. So what Elaine's wearing here is our Glam and Go. I also call it the lazy girl's answer to layering. It's one toggle in the back. It takes on the color of what you're wearing. If you don't like someone, you could choke them. No. So did you see, though, how that just draws additional attention to that piece? So start framing your jewelry. You'll get some more compliments on it. So, oh, and she has two. Oh, look at you.
But you know what? I did not pay for these because the company that I work for gave them to me for free.
Could it be?
Just for attending the business meeting.
Yeah. She's got $1,000 on her wrist here.
Oh,
More than that. Oh, 500. I'm pretty fast there. I'm pretty fast there. This is a good time to tell you about our unconditional guarantee, too. We seriously do have an unconditional guarantee. You literally could buy a piece of jewelry, leave it to your daughter, and 30 years from now, she could break it. Her fault. And we would either get you something of equal value or replace that piece for you for like $7. So it's free for a long time, and then ever after, there's just a little fee. I mean, did you ever hear of such a thing? Could be a $500 bracelet. We're going to get you a new one for $7 if you run it over with your car. Don't do it on purpose, but we will do that. Okay. Oh, I need to give away another piece. This is a huge favorite of mine. Oh, now we're making some noise. You ready? Yay! Oh, I love that piece. That's called saffron. It's so beautiful. In the book, it looks really flat, but in real life, it's like blingy. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot. Did you try to put that on over your head? I cannot allow it to go home with you if you're not gonna treat it. Do a nice lip.
It's replaceable though.
Come on. Yeah, you're right. It's so beautiful. But a girl had it on with a can't you picture like a maxi dress? And then she had that necklace on. It matches every single color. I wear it so much. And incidentally, that's another way that you could frame a small piece of jewelry. It doesn't necessarily have to be the long piece, but it could be even doing like two little ones together. Have you seen that like nesting look? But really fun to mix up your jewelry. Okay, so I did this earlier today, because the other thing we do when you have a private appointment or personal showings is we will teach you what kind of earring you should be wearing. Did you know there's